Hello everyone, my name is Xandierious, and welcome back to another Magic Arena video. In today's video, I'm playing a Nexus of Fate deck. It is Turbo Fog. The user, Fetal Nexus Scorpion Toxin, has suggested that I play a Turbo Fog deck. Now, I did ask them if they wanted it with or without Nexus. As of the recording of this video, I didn't hear back, so it is a Nexus deck. And I hope I don't catch too much hate for it, but, you know, my audience is still pretty small right now. I'd like to give a quick shout out and a thank you to a fellow YouTuber and personal friend of mine, Varric Nordskov, for letting me use his account once again, because I don't have Nexus of Fate in my collection, so this video wouldn't be possible without him. Without further ado, and with all the caveats aside, let's get into the deck list. We have 4 Root Snare, a Dovin's Veto, 3 Growth Spiral, 2 Absorb, 3 Chemist's Insight, 4 Wilderness Reclamation, 3 Frilled Mystic, 2 Tamiyo Collector of Tales. I thought she'd be a fun inclusion. 2 Cleansing Nova, 4 Teferi Hero of Dominaria, 1 Time White, the 4 Nexus of Fate, of course, 3 Hydroid Krasis, this is the land base, and since Nexus is banned in Best of 1, we have to play Best of 3 matches, which means we need a sideboard of 2 Revitalize, 3 more Dovin's Veto, 2 Warrant Warden, a Narset, a Gift of Paradise, 3 Night of Autumn, 2 Ixalan's Binding, and another Hydroid Krasis. The Revitalize is against Mono Red. Dovin's Veto is for the Control Mirror match. This is good for the mid-range decks. Narset's great against the Mirror match of Control. And, you know, the rest is like kind of a mix of, you know, whatever is most threatening. It answers quite a broad amount of things. Since we're playing Best of 3, prepare for some longer matches and a longer video, especially since it's a Nexus of Fate deck. So let's jump into some traditional play and see how we do. Alright, looks like we're going to be on the play. This is not my favorite hand, but frankly, I'm going to keep it because I've been trying to get a game where I don't open on a mana flood with 1 to 2 5 casting cost cards and then end up mulling down to a 1 mana hand. It has not been a pleasure trying to record this video. Our opponent's onto some sort of weird shenanigans here, though, with the Wand of Vertebrae. They might be doing, they might be doing a self-mill Golgari deck. So we're going to Growth Spiral here. We get yet another land, adding to the mana flood. Looks like Root Snare is going to be very relevant, though. So, hopefully we don't continue to flood out, but I'm not in the worst position yet. Hopefully our top decks are kind. Please? Oh, we got another Root Snare. Doesn't really help me too much. Helps with the Turbo Fog, but it doesn't help our current situation. Our current situation is that we don't have anything in our hand. Now, it doesn't look like the opponent's going to be able to Jade Light Ranger this turn, but they do get the Merfolk Branch Walker. Excuse me. They do get the Branch Walker. Bond of Flourishing is not going to be really relevant in terms of life gain, but being able to choose a card might be relevant. They decide to keep it on top. And they're going to pass to attackers, and what? We're going to take some damage. Now I can jam the Teferi and guarantee that it sees it to 6 loyalty without taking damage, but I don't really know if that's a good idea. We have a Tamiyo here. Could jam her. I feel like getting out the Teferi is a good idea. We do have 4 of them, so I can spare probably this one, especially if we get some good counter magic, which we did not. That's fine. We'll be able to untap here anytime soon. Hopefully opponents don't start roping, or else it's going to make editing a nightmare. I can Root Snare Tamiyo, get back the Root Snare. That might be good. Yep. Yeah, that might be a good idea, actually. I'll be able to get them probably to ulting range by the time they're able to do anything. So they're probably about to send 7 damage straight towards Teferi. And I'm going to fog them out. Fog being a 1 green mana spell that's currently in Modern. And what it did is it does exactly what Root Snare does, but for 1 colorless less. So, ever since that card, that has been known as the Fog Effect. Alright, we'll draw a card with Teferi here.
Hurry!
Yep. We got a Hallowed Fountain. I'm going to play out the plains so I don't have to shock myself. And we'll get out Tamiyo. Now, I am going to plus Tamiyo first. And I'm going to name, name Root Snare. I could name Nexus of Fate. 4, 5, 6. But, hey, we got a Root Snare. And we got a Chemister's Insight in the bin. We'll pass turn to them. Looks like I'm definitely going to be able to ult with Teferi. Opponent may just give up. Waiting on opponent here. Yep, we get to untap 2 lands. Bam, bam. So I can Growth Spiral and I can Root Snare. And for some bizarre reason, if they decide not to attack, I can Chemister's Insight. Yeah, sure, have it. That is yours. The nice thing about Tamiyo also is it's going to mill me faster. Assassin's Trophy is going to be a big deal, though. I'm going to need some counter magic against that. Luckily, they're not going to be able to play it this turn. So here comes the attacks. Yep. And here comes the Root Snare. Maybe. What are they doing? Alright, they're drawing some cards, that's fine. I'm going to do this and lay a land. Alright, we'll get out our tap land in front. I really need counter magic, though. This whole Tamiyo Teferi thing's going to go great, but without counter magic, I'm going to be pretty weak. I'm going to have to name either Frilled Mystic or Absorb with Tamiyo here. We're still going to try and draw it without Tamiyo.
We need to move quickly.
We got a Wilderness Reclamation, which is going to be nice. So I'll get that out. And that lets me tap out more aggressively. And then I will Chemister's Insight, discarding the plains. Yep. And hopefully we can draw into our counter magic because that Assassin's Trophy is going to hit Teferi hard. Luckily we got our counter magic. We have our Root Snare. We have the mana. So I'm going to plus Tamiyo. We're at 37 cards. I think that maybe I should dig for more Frilled Mystics. So I'm going to try and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that's what I did. That goes back in the deck. They now know we have Nexus of Fate. Here comes the untap. Yep. And we don't need to do that, so we'll submit 0. Pass it on over to the opponent. We are able to dig out 2 Root Snares from our bin with Tamiyo. What's nice is if I mill and absorb while digging for a Frilled Mystic, Tamiyo can also get that back. That might be a strategy I implement. So they play the Assassin's Trophy. I counter it. We might see Scoop City here. Take action. Opponent can probably take an educated guess I still have a Root Snare in my hand. Go ahead. You got to get that Assassin's Trophy. They reveal a Jade Light Ranger. That's not really going to help them here. So, opponent can attack, and we will fog them out. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Can that make me sack... Oh, only creatures. That's fine. Pass the attackers. They attack. Go ahead. Sure. Looks good to me. Root Snare. And then opponent concedes. Well, I'm not sure what I would have drawn, but let's see. I can Root Snare them into oblivion at that point. We probably want the Warrant Warden. We might want another Dovin's Veto. I'm not sure about that, though. Let's see. Root Snare is relevant. I'm trying to decide what's not relevant here. Alright, we should probably keep it at the one Dovin's Veto. Now, we have Warrant Warden. Put an attacking creature on top of its owner's library. Maybe I don't put it in. Maybe I run the deck just as is. Debating if I want to cut a Hydroid Krasis. You know what? Let's just keep the deck as is. I like how it performed. The Warrant Warden is there for mid-rangey decks, but I feel like we kept Golgari at bay. And they're not Sultai either, so. Waiting on the opponent. It's slow, but it has some of the things I need. So we'll give it a shot. Alright. Not looking the greatest, but we'll get out the tapped Hinterland Harbor. Hopefully we can get some better mana fixing here. They are already Bond of Flourishing. Let's see what they get. Revealing a Priest of Forgotten Gods. Not a good card against me. We have a Nexus of Fate in the deck. A land would have been much better. Or an Absorb. Nexus is not what we want to see right now. Hopefully we're not about to get mana screwed. Luckily I do have Root Snare to keep me alive if we are getting mana screwed. We're going to have to discard. We discard the Nexus because that's just going to go back in the deck. That way we're not giving up any of our value. If we get screwed again, I would think the best bin would be one of our 3 Teferi. Yep. In real life, I would probably never keep a 2-lander like this. In Arena, you can say what you want about the Shuffler, that it is or isn't rigged. But I think that keeping 2-landers in Arena is normally fine because the Shuffler got you covered most of the time. Breeding Pool can come out tapped. We're 1 land away from Wilderness Reclamation, aka Frilled Mystic, if we get a blue or a green source. See what the opponent does. Jade Light, alright. They're bringing the pain. And we see a Blast Zone. Blast Zone's going to be really good against Star Teferi. Because there's nothing we can do about that. Alright, we're going to take 5 damage, that's fine. We can let our life total run really low. We have Nexus of Fate again, which is not good. We're missing our land drops. We're probably a turn or 2 away from having to scoop this up. As it is, I don't know if this is a redeemable game anymore. Blast Zone also cleans up the Wilderness Reclamation. Kind of surprised they haven't played it yet. Let's see, 6, 8 damage. Guess I'm going to have to take some damage here. I probably shouldn't. If I get a land, I want to jam the Wilderness Reclamation. And I can't take 8 damage 2 turns in a row. Bolus's Citadel. Alright. Do they have 10 non-land permanent? Oh. 1, 2, 5. Yeah, they can make me lose 10 life. And we did not get a land. Very severely punished there. Kind of a bummer, but what to do? What to do? We'll cut it to Teferi and put in a Hydroid Krasis for some card draw. I feel like I'm really liking Dovin's Veto. I don't know if we cut another Teferi for that. Or maybe a Tameo. Cut Tameo, put in a second Veto. Try that. That was not a good second game. Getting mana screwed is very frustrating, but we are a degenerate Nexus deck, so not sure if I can really be mad about being mana screwed. We're going to be on the play with a much better hand, especially in terms of land. We are missing white mana, which is a shame, but hopefully we pick that up. Next turn we can Hinterland Arbor or maybe get out a white source. There's that self-mill. Really not sure about that Wand of Vertebrae. Hey, there we go. Never punished, right? Except for last game was nothing but punishment. Alright. Opponent can go. We can veto anything we don't like. We can veto whatever, but we cannot veto a creature. Nexus of Fate as an early pickup is not always the greatest. We are going to have the mana for Frilled Mystic if we pick her up. Past the opponent. We don't have any fogs in hand. We do have two board clears, which is going to be nice. It's going to be very, very nice. Luckily for us, the life total doesn't matter much, especially if we get our deck low enough that we can loop on through. I would say to make this deck more consistent, taking the Root Snares out would make it better. What can we do with 4 mana? Nothing. So we'll play a tap land, get that out of the way. Hollowed Fountain is nice though. We have beautiful mana fixing this game. We have the veto up and ready. Next turn we can time wipe, especially if they keep committing to the board. Yep, there it is. I'm surprised they didn't play Jade Light. They potentially didn't play Jade Light because they don't want to commit to the board. Just kidding. They could have gotten in an extra 2 points of damage if they played her first. Not sure why they didn't, though. Yep, life gain is pretty irrelevant, but the 2 damage to me might have been relevant. Alright, another Nexus. Not the greatest pickup. I probably... They don't play any enchantments and artifacts I worry about. So I probably just Cleansing Nova and be happy with that. So here's our first board wipe. And the opponent can go. If they rebuild, that's fine. We have a time wipe. We get 2 more mana, we can probably just blast a Nexus or 2. Just to take extra turns, extra draws. Because we're not really doing much else with our... Ooh. Blasting the Nova may not have been a good idea with that treasure map out. It is possible picking up another Nova. We have 1 more in the deck. Well, that's a pretty relevant card, I'd say. We could also just Teferi right here. So we'll do that. Plus him.
This isn't a fight you can win.
Yep. And if they try to Vraska's Contempt, we have a Dovin's Veto. Now we get to untap 2 lands. Blue and a white. Blue and a white. There we go. Another Wilderness Reclamation off the top isn't the greatest, but it's not the worst. Wild Growth Walker. Yep. And a Priest of Forgotten Gods. I'm going to put a stop on our end because we are going to be able to Nexus this turn, I believe. 5, 6, 7, yep. So we play this. Anytime now. There we go. And we're going to add blue. And then resolve. And we're going to add blue. Blue. Resolve. And our opponent scoops. They know exactly what we're up to. I'm not sure if I would have scooped there. It's a little early to get the Nexus loop going, but some people just don't even want to see it, so I don't know if I can blame them. So we'll jump in for another game or two and see how it goes. We are on the draw. And I feel like I'm going to chance taking a mulligan because I really don't like what I have in my hand here. This is a much more acceptable hand, I guess. I'll keep it, especially with the Growth Spiral as card draw. The deck has been acting very strange, and I'm not really sure why. I've been having odd opening hands. We'll play that tap, no problem. We'll be able to growth spiral next turn, hopefully pick up a land. Another blue or white source would be good for the absorb. Looks like we're seeing some sort of a mass game plan here. Nexus of Fate is not exactly what I want to see. We keep getting all our Nexus in hand. It's not very good. Alright, opponent swinging in for 2. Fine by me. Go ahead, do the damage. And do we see an end turn? I can only hope that Growth Spiral hits a land here. Having Absorb unlocked is going to be pretty relevant against the opponent. Costly Plunder. Alright. And we get the land. Sweet. We have now unlocked Absorb. And that's pretty much all we can do unless we want to play a 1-1 Krasis. I may end up playing a 2-2 Krasis just because of this awkward predicament that we're in. Dreadhorde Invasion is definitely worth the counterspell. Get to gain some life and get knocked right back down to 20. Hopefully we get a land. If we get a land, I'll play my 2-2 Krasis. We get Drill Bit. What do you think they take? The Teferi? They probably don't take a Nexus. They now know that our hand is utter garbage. They should not concede this game. We're mana screwed. We're off tempo. They take a Krasis, though. We have 1-1 Krasis or go. I really don't like the idea of playing 1-1 Krasis, but if we get a land... no, I did not say 0. I said 1. Pretty pathetic little Krasis, but it's going to be able to, I don't know, do something. We have it on the board. We don't block with it. Not yet, at least. And maybe I should have kept it in my hand and have them drill bit it out, but I'm not going to bother. At this point, we need to get to our Wilderness Reclamation and just start taking extra turns or something. Oof. Alright, they amass some more. No blocks, no problems. There we go. And opponent has what? Another drill bit. If they take the Wilderness Reclamation, I'd probably scoop. Alright. That was a dud of a match. Mana screwed again. I'm really not liking this. Alright, let's see. So they have Hand Hate. Some more Dovin's Veto doesn't seem bad. We'll get rid of a Teferi. And maybe a Tameo. We could also cut down maybe on Frilled Mystic. And run more Dovin's Vetoes. Because I think they play enough spells that countering them all the time will really break them of the tempo. That and, I don't know, I need to lower the curve of this deck or something. It's... This deck is just stalling out so hard. That and it doesn't help that our starting hands are just total garbage all the time. I would love to see a 3-lander. Or even a 4-lander that doesn't open up on turn 5. I think a problem with a lot of the opening hands is they're just opening up on turn 5, and that's far too slow. We have things earlier in the curve that it shouldn't be doing that, but it's doing that. Also realizing I don't have Search for his Kanta. We'll be on the play. I guess I'll keep it. I'm really not liking Nexus being in my hand all these games. So we'll lead out with the Temple Garden into Glacial Fortress, into the Growth Spiral. Unless we pick up a Dovin's Veto, but that's the plan for now. So there's Glacial Fortress. We're not really mana screwed this game. We'll be able to hit tempo for Frilled Mystic. We can hopefully play the Hydroid Krasis a little later. Alright, that's no problem. Draw a card, lay the Hollowed Fountain, tap, there we go. Now we have Frilled Mystic ahead of curve. So I will We need another green source, so I'll play out the forest and pass turn. We have the lands to play Krasis as a 4/4, which isn't bad, but it probably will die. Let's see if they throw a drill bit at me. Taskmask. I don't really want to see that card. I don't want them getting recursion on their things, so we'll counter that. And if they have a drill bit, they're... Ooh, no drill bit. Alright. This will make for some more mana, and we'll say go. We're going to Chemist's Insight at the end of their turn. Until then, we'll bluff the counter magic. Opponent deciding if they want to play. Death Baron. That's a zombie, so... Oh. Their whole field will have Death Touch. How convenient for them. Alright, so they'll pass to attackers, and we'll see what they do. They attack with the 2/2s. And I'll just take the damage. Not looking to really throw away my creatures here. Not without a... Oh, I forgot to draw. That's what happens when you get a little click happy, folks. I guess I'll just draw now. Oh my gosh. Alright. We're going to get all the lands. And I'm going to be screwed off tempo here. I wish I had drawn a root snare. There's so many things I wish I had drawn other than literally 2 more lands. Okay. They have Emergence Zone, which is an interesting inclusion. Probably a pretty good one against us. Looks like we may want to start blocking soon. Do I want to take 5 damage? I can Nexus next turn. I'll take the damage this one last time. Okay, we have a root snare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah. We're good here. So we'll be able to root snare the opponent. Finally, the fog coming in good here. I can't believe I messed up that Chemist's Insight. I just got way too click happy. I probably drop off the breeding pool. I don't want to have to shock myself to play Krasis. I might just be on the Nexus game plan. Pass to attackers. They may attack very carefully because I do have Settle mana up. I don't run Settle, but Settle has kind of been seeing a new wave of use. Yeah, they're very careful about attacking. Oh, wait, they're going all in. Oh, there's my root snare. Yep. Okay. No blocks. And then at the end of the turn, we'll Chemist's Insight. Pass damage, no damage. And my turn. So we'll do this, get rid of the breeding pool. Draw some cards. They may flash in something here. Looks like they're going to flash in something with Emergence Zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Not sure if I should Nexus now or not. It's a little early to Nexus, but it might get me what I need. Get to take another turn. I mean, this card can, at its worst, read, draw a card, lay a land. You know, pass turn again. Come on, opponent. Are you flashing in something or not? Alright, here we go. Opponent has finally decided to make a move. If they flash in a creature and I get a board wipe, it's going to be phenomenal. Any day now. Any day, the opponent can go. Wow, their timer only just now started. Ooh, Demon of Catastrophes. Alright. We got another root snare, which is good. We got a Teferi. Yeah, I think I play out the Teferi. And then I Root Snare, and then I can Nexus them. So we'll plus the Teferi. If I have to, I can minus and get rid of the Demon of Catastrophes. Sweet. Cleansing Nova. So we'll Root Snare into a Nova. We'll untap like this. Make them think we have something crazy, which, I mean, that's probably one of the dumbest things I've said. Of course we have something crazy. We're a control deck. Alright, opponent. You try and fly your demon at Teferi here. I swear I don't have another Root Snare. Opponent playing suspiciously slow at this point. Not really a fan of it. But it is what it is. Now the question is do I... I'll wipe the board. Yeah, I'll wipe the board, so I'll probably be able to... Ooh. Yeah, we're going to get this out now. And then they can drill bit us. They're probably going to take the Cleansing Nova. We might just see them concede. They may not want to deal with this at all. Trying to think. If they take the Nexus, then I Cleansing Nova them. If they take the Cleansing Nova, do I take another turn with Nexus or do I Hydroid Krasis? Opponent thinking very hard here. I think taking the Cleansing Nova's in their best interest. Sorry if I'm clearing my throat a lot. Allergies are really getting to me. Got it all going down and blocking things up. Lots of fun. Alright. Opponent has given me the turn here. So we'll plus Teferi.
Keep up the pace.
Get a Breeding Pool. I guess I'll play the Breeding Pool. And I'll take another turn. Yep, that goes back in the deck. No attacks. I don't care. We draw a land. So what we get with the Teferi Plus. We get a Chemister's Insight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can get an 8 Krasis. So that will stonewall their Demon of Catastrophes. Plus we got the Root Snare and we got the Veto. No attacks. Blue, white, green, whatever. So hopefully I don't need to Dovin's Veto anything. Vraska's Contempt would be pretty unfortunate. We do have another Chemister, Nexus of Fate. Sorry, not Chemister's Insight. Sure, you can have another Death Baron. That's fine by me. Hopefully, let's see, 2 mana. They could... Oh, they can't Drill Bit anymore. They're not going to be able to do damage, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't really think there's too much to worry about from opponent here. Gonna put a stop on the end step in case, you know, stuff happens. We're gonna be able to Root Snare. Here we go. Here comes the attacks. Maybe. If they don't attack, I get to keep a Root Snare. Alright, they're attacking with their zombies. Yep. Alright, Root Snare. Easy as that. And no blocks. Alright. On my turn, we'll get Teferi to 8, Nexus of Fate, and then we'll start exiling their board. Probably going to hold on to the Chemister's Insight so I can exile as much as possible. I don't know why they didn't just destroy Teferi, but that's fine. Alright, I'll play a land, and then we'll Nexus of Fate. Yep, that goes back in the library, and I'm not going to Chemister's Insight. I'm not going to do anything, I'm just going to pass turn. Wait, 4, 5, 6. That's not enough to Nexus on the end step. We got this. -8. We get the emblem.
I will phase you out of the time stream.
And then we play a land. We Nexus of Fate. Guarantee our next turn. Done. We Chemister's Insight. Draw 2 cards. We're going to get rid of both Death Barons. There we go.
This is hardly my worst defeat. Now what?
And then we're good to pass turn. We'll do that. Get rid of their demon.
Only time will tell.
We'll play a land. We'll play Teferi. Plus Teferi, and yeah, it's pretty much over. Wilderness Reclamation, we got all sorts of stuff. Out of turns, but, you know, we'll keep the deck the same. Let's see if opponent even bothers playing the last match. They probably do. They've stuck it out so far, but they've seen enough with that match to just give up. We start exiling their board, and, you know, it's just over. I was about to start targeting their lands next. They are sideboarding against me, though, so let's see what they got. Opponent will most likely be on the play here. I don't see why they would let me take the play. Alright, opponent. Take the play. Take it from here. Just please don't rope me. It's greedy, but it has some things. Probably not. Sure. Alright, fine. Fine. So, there's the green source. And I don't know why... What was causing the trigger to stick there? Alright, they get the Reaver. We get the Krasis. We'll pass it on to them. We can act like we got a Dovin's Veto, and they're probably going to play like they don't care. We do have Cleansing Nova, which is amazing. Please, please, please don't drill bit me. I am terrified of that drill bit. It's very good against me. And if they get the Cleansing Nova, it's going to be hard. They do kind of have a tough choice. Yeah, there it is. Alright, what do you take? You probably take the Cleansing Nova, right? They took the Krasis. Okay. Alright. We're not going to be able to get double blue down. That's kind of a problem. We're not going to be able to absorb, so whatever they do, they do. But now we have 2 board wipes. Oh, they kite sail. Oh, they take one of the board wipes for sure, right? I hope that our top deck is a land. If our top deck is a land, we can clean up this board and we're going to do a lot better. Now, if they kite sail Freebooter into a drill bit, we are really screwed. I have a lot of respect for the opponent's deck here. We got a zombie tribal, which is amazing. And we have anti-control cards that are just popping off. Opponent's really thinking about this. I don't know what's so tough to think about. Just take the Time Wipe or the Nova and be done with it. If I get another land, though, it's going to be rough. So they took the Time Wipe. And we see the land. So we'll shock ourselves and we'll get rid of all the creatures. We get our Time Wipe back. Unfortunate for opponent. We're still missing double blue for absorb, though. And this is far from being over. Not sure if I Time Wipe this or not. So if they drill bit us, they take the Time Wipe. I'm just going to play it out and get rid of this board. Alright, so if they drill bit us, they probably take an Absorb or a Nexus of Fate. They get the Reassembling Skeleton, which we're not going to be able to easily deal with. Dovin's Veto is going to stop a drill bit from hitting our hand, though. They know what most of it is anyway. Alright, here comes the damage. There it is, and nothing. Frilled Mystic. Kind of swinging and missing on these cards here. We need more impactful stuff, or we just need another blue source, really. Probably going to blow the Nexus of Fate as soon as I can. Costly Plunder, draw some cards. I'm going to counter that. Normally I don't counter card draw, but this is going to be hugely impactful for them. Just prevented them basically some free card draw. Chipping away at my health, though. We're going to Chemister's Insight of Sorcery Speed to try and hit a land. There it is. Not the greatest, but it's more land at least. We're at 6 land. One more and we can Nexus of Fate. Opponent gets to Liliana. That's going to be an issue. Oh, as soon as she ults, we're going to be down to 1 land, and that's pretty much game. Oh, 1 more land, and what? We can Nexus, I said, right? Let's take an extra turn. Hollowed Fountain. We can draw and then do what? I don't know. If I need to... Hey, Root Snare. Alright. Should I shock out for the Frilled Mystic? I'm not sure. We'll shock out. I probably Frilled Mystic something. There's got to be something relevant to hit at this point. Oh, going for card draw, huh? You didn't want to attack me first? A little confused by that. Yeah, kind of an oops, I guess. You get to draw some cards. Alright. Maybe, oh my gosh, maybe they just misclicked. They might have just misclicked. Alright, we're going to be able to kill Liliana because of some screw-up of theirs here. Oh, I'm so sorry, opponent. Audience, you know. Opponent punted, but I was secretly hoping for the Liliana ult because then I would be able to show you what that's like. Hey, Varric just got a Grun the Lonely King. You probably have a playset of it, but whatever. I think we have time for one more match, so let's do that. We have Days of Light as our opponent. Are they going to play first or let us play first? Well, we're on the draw. What incarnation is this? Sure. I will keep that. Alright, I don't want to click on the deck. It lagged there. So I guess we'll be able to grow Spiral here. Amara. We're looking at some sort of Selesnya. Some sort of Selesnya. Alright, we'll be able to get the breeding pool out tapped though. Shauna. Sure. Board wipe is looking really good right now. Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. Alright, I just need another white source. Oh my gosh, this isn't real. This is not real. I'm going to hold on to the root snare, though. Commit to the board. Ooh. Oh. Oh, we're looking at Abzan. I think I will root snare here because 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I don't have to root snare. I'm going to take a lot from that Cruel Celebrant. This is a cool deck. Too bad you're about to get absolutely destroyed. Alright, opponent. Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you're ready. Oh no, here comes all the damage though. Bink, 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 bink. Down to 12. Oh, that was gnarly. Well, you got a Shauna's. We got a Root Snare and a Teferi. Well, I'll play the Teferi and just see if they scoop. We'll plus it and see if I want to play the tap or the untapped land. Oh, it looks like we play the tap land. And we pretend like we got a Dovin's Veto, because that's what the elite players do. I can Root Snare the 1 damage if I really feel like it. Shocking out for the Ajani. Well, that's kind of a bummer now, isn't it? Alright. Making it a 2-2 pass to attackers. I'll just root snare this. Probably not the best root snare, but
We need to move quickly.
let's see what we're drawing. We got an absorb. That's not bad. We can absorb and root snare if we need to. I may just kick back the Ajani to the opponent's hand. Let's see what we get here. Do we get a good absorb against something, or am I looking to root snare? I really don't like them having the Ajani, but... Oh. Yeah, that's not going to resolve, buddy. You're not proliferating, not on my watch. Opponent gives up. Too bad they didn't know my hand was garbage. Alright, I don't like Dovin's veto against them. Oh. Oh! Ha! They just gave us a win. I was getting nervous, though. Opponent, you shouldn't have given up. Legion Lieutenant for Varric's account. Alright. Let's go in another game, I guess. We have Sad Panda for our opponent. Which may... Well, you know what? No matter how it ends... It's gonna be a sad panda moment for one of us. I'll keep this mess. Ooh, the absorb. I want to hit my land drops. Blue, white, blue. Sure. Probably doesn't matter. I want to hit my land drops. Yeah, I'm probably glad I put that on the bottom now. Let's see what opponent does. Opponent has blue in their deck. It's control. Compass. Well, it's not going to do too much against me. Alright, there's the Sun Petal Grove out tap because, yeah, nothing. Resolving Tamia. Oh, the Thopterist, huh? Blue, blue. They probably try to pass something nutty this turn, so I need to Frilled Mystic them. A Blast Zone. That's going to be nuts against us. I'll just get you out. Take action. What could they be trying to make? Is this an Arcades deck? We're potentially looking at an Arcades deck here. Dovin's Veto. Hello. Alright. There goes our Tamio straight in the freaking trash. Huh. Not expecting the Dovin's Veto. Power Stone Shard, kind of a bummer, but not the worst thing to happen to us. So opponent's trying to go big mana. What are they trying to go big mana for? We get some more land, and we'll just sit and observe. We're 2 lands off from Nexus of Fate. They're going to go search their deck for a land. They got a Plains. Maybe we are just seeing a blue-white. What are you trying to go big mana for, though? I'm not quite sure. Getting in that little chip damage, sure. Not in any hurry. Ooh, if this resolves. If it doesn't resolve, though. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yep, here we go. No attacks. Untap our lands. Blast Zone is going to destroy the battlefield here. Yeah, pass to attackers. Here they come. Yep. Now, how does this work? Can they put... Oh, they have 4 charge counters on it. Alright. They flip that. Goes to my turn. Cool. We have another one of these. So we'll pass it to them, and they probably destroy my field here. I could have tried to go for a Nexus of Fate, but they probably blow up the Wilderness Reclamation. Frick. Yeah, I probably could have taken another turn. Yeah. Ooh. That seems like a good target for Frilled Mystic. Alright, so opponent has a good blast zone. Hopefully they use it now. Karn's Bastion. Jorah's Familiar. Not a problem there. I'm really not sure what opponent's up to. I'm going to put an end stop at the end of my turn. See if they blast away my Wilderness Reclamation yet. Oh, they're going to feel to ruin something. I'm going to go get another blue source. There we go. No problem. We got a green source here. Pass, pass. Let's see if they blow up our board here with their blast zone or not. Opponent's thinking on it. No attacks. Alright. Let's see. End turn. Oh, yep. They're going to blow it up before the trigger happens. Sure. They blew up their own familiar, though. So, we will play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 2 is 8. So we'll play the Wilderness Reclamation. That comes down. We'll make mana. End the turn. Resolve the trigger. I said resolve the trigger. Come on. Wait, where'd the mana go? What? Why did my mana disappear? That's absolute bullshit. Excuse my language. I try not to swear in the arena videos, but like, that's BS. Why did my mana dump out of my mana pool? I totally did that before, when the trigger was on the stack. Alright, fine. We'll take 3 damage. Go down to 8. They're probably going to Dovin's Veto my Nexus. That makes me... Oh, great. Now what? I'm going to get rid of Sun Petal? Sure. I'll go get an island. Thanks for thinning out my deck, by the way. Teferi. Alright. We'll put it on the end step this time. Next. End. There's the trigger. We'll put in all the mana. Right? Resolve. And it worked that time. Frickin' crap, man. Alright, go ahead, opponent. So I'm probably going to root snare here. I'm going to remember to mark my end step right now. Opponent looking at my graveyard. I'm not sure what they're looking at. The Spyglass. Well, that's probably a problem. Let me guess, you're naming Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Maybe they're naming Tamiyo. I don't really know. They named Tamiyo. They got to look at my hand, so they know this is coming. Yep. Alright, opponent. I am just going to take my turn. Yep, that goes back in the deck. Resolve. Pass the end of turn. And then we'll Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. There's nothing they can do about that, right? They're probably going to try and draw a card with Fountain of Renewal. Oh, interesting. Let's see if they get the Dovin's Veto. Oh, they're really digging for the veto. Man, they're sacking all their good artifacts for this. Surprised you would sack the Power Stone Shard. Alright. Then we'll plus the Teferi.
No time for a break.
We get another Teferi. Ugh. No, I guess we passed it to them. We got nothing else to do. Submit. Go ahead, opponent. Do your worst. Or do your best, I don't know. If they Dovin's veto the root snare, that could be unfortunate. Now, I believe their Sorcerer's Spyglass went in the graveyard, right? Let's see if they have the veto. No veto. Yep. Alright, the Spyglass is in the graveyard. Wow. Opponent going ham on their sacrifices here. I don't know if I really agree with that. Okay. Got some card draw. Alright, sure, you can get rid of that, I guess. We'll plus Teferi and see what we see. Frilled Mystic. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just get a 4/4 Hydroid Krasis. Yep. We'll lay a land, and then we'll get to untap 2. Unfortunately, we're not going to have the mana for Frilled Mystic. I want a blue, and I'll take this. And then we'll pass it on to them. Really kind of a bummer we didn't get the Frilled Mystic mana. Let's see what they do against our Krasis. Past attacks. Probably no attack. End of combat. End of turn. I'm going to Growth Spiral. And we'll lay the Breeding Pool tapped. No problem. Alright, we'll plus the Teferi. Oh, this is still game 1. Jeez. Oh, there's our Nexus. So, if we Nexus and they counter it, we're screwed, huh? Enter tapped. We'll try to do a Nexus of Fate. And probably get to some... Oh, we got it. We actually got it. Yeah, I'll go for the 4 damage. That might be a mistake. Oh, okay. Yep. And, yeah, I don't need to untap. Chemister's Insight. We'll tick up the Teferi.
Hurry!
We got another Nexus. So I guess we'll just play it. Good game, says opponent. Good game. I like your deck a lot. I don't know if they're going to play the last match. I like their deck. I'm serious. Let's see. Oof. That might be relevant against them. Those might be relevant. Let's see. We probably get rid of a Teferi. Hydroid Krasis. Maybe one of the Root Snares. Debating if I want the Dovin's Veto. Probably get rid of a Frilled Mystic just because of how slow it is. And a Knight of Autumn? Or a Growth Spiral. Let's see, do I... Yeah, I probably don't bother with Dovin's Veto against them. We'll call that good. We'll call this weird pile of cards good. Sad Panda. Once again, very ironic. By the end of this match, one of us will be a sad panda. Much respect for their deck, though. Much better than mine. Mine's just... I don't know. Mine's pretty clunky. We'll keep this. We got... Hello, opponent. Alright. We will get out the Breeding Pool. What's nice about the Warrant Warden is it basically can kill one of their little creatures. We'll get this out tapped. Alright, let's try and organize this hand a little better. There we go. Power Stone Shard, there it is. Into the Sun Petal Grove. And we'll pass turn. I probably end up cleansing Nova the enchantments. I don't know if I would let myself play the Wilderness Reclamation in this spot. Oh, there's the Blast Zone, and there's the Spyglass. They probably named Teferi here. Oh, I did keep both cameo, though. Maybe that was something I could have cut instead of the veto. Because this Spyglass is going to make more of an appearance. Yep, they named Teferi. Alright, sure. Go to my turn. And we see a Frilled Mystic. So we'll do this. And... well, they don't have Davin's Veto mana yet. So we'll get out the Wilderness Reclamation. We'll kind of kite them towards blowing it up. They're well on their way of doing so already. If there's anything I don't like, I can get out the Frilled Mystic, and that's going to give them more of a reason to blow up the 4 mana cost stuff. Right now they have that. Counter the spell. Ugin would have been horrendous. We're on our 5th land here. I could blow up enchantments and artifacts right now, but I think I'm just going to keep the Chemist's Insight fodder going. We'll resolve that, sure. What does opponent do? Please don't try to resolve another Ugin. Alright. We're going to try and Chemist's Insight. Let's see if they let us. They do. Got another Wilderness Reclamation, which is going to be relevant. 5, 6. What do we do with 6 mana right now? Nothing. So I'll get rid of the Temple Garden. And I'll hit him for 3, I suppose. Not used to being able to just attack like this. Alright, end turn. Untap my lands. I don't have counter magic now, though. Alright, there's some more stuff on Blast Zone. So they're at 4. They probably pop the Wilderness Reclamation. The moment they pop it, they're going to get hit by a Cleansing Nova, but they probably are going to expect that. Pass, pass. Alright, and then we Chemist's Insight. We'll drop off the island. Let's see if they counter it. They do not. And then we'll go to my turn. Got another Wilderness Reclamation. We can get a 5/5 Hydra. We'll go to combat first and attack them. Yep. And then let's just get a 5/5 Hydra. They probably blow up the Wilderness Reclamation here. And hopefully they don't resolve anything too nutty on their turn. Alright. They Disdainful Stroke the Hydroid Crisis, but we still get the card draw from it. We have to discard, so I'll just discard the Forest. Alright, the Replicator. No problem there. They don't even have... oh, they just went all out. They just went all out. Oh, that's sad. We're about to blow up their whole world. Destroy all artifacts and enchantments. They had to have seen this coming. Alright, they're going to exile all cards from graveyards? Sure. Have fun with that. You didn't really get rid of much of mine, I don't think. Play a land and say go. Next turn, we'll Wilderness Reclamation. Globe? Sure. Fine by me. Oh, it's a cantrip. Never realized that about the globe. Opponent's saying good game. Good game, opponent. I'm sorry you had to play against the Nexus deck. Your deck should... I don't know. Your deck... very respectable homebrew. Kind of feel bad. Feel a little dirty. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun looping people out of existence. And ironically... even though I cut it all, I was the one who didn't really get to play many games because I went through like, I don't know. I went through probably like between 5 and 8 games before I actually got ones that I could keep for recording. I was just really swinging and missing on that. So thank you all so much for watching. Suggest more decks and I'll play them. But until then, I will see you on the flip side. Bye!